This is my exact 3-step day trading system that I use to make $30,000 a month without risking my own capital. I'll go over each step in depth. I'll explain how to select which prop firms to use and which one of their accounts to buy. I'll explain how to trade these accounts, including the evaluation, the funded account, and how these are different. And then arguably the most important part, I'll explain how to reinvest the profit so that you can multiply your income instead of stopping after one payout. This is the exact system I've used to withdraw over $1.2 million from prop firms in the last 9 months. And now I make around $30,000 a month using this system. These are screenshots of some withdrawals I've gotten from Apex, Alpha, and Take Profit Trader. Before I explain my strategy, let me first explain what futures prop firms actually are. Prop firms are companies which you pay a fee to in exchange for simulated capital. With the simulated capital, you first pass a trading evaluation, and if you trade and pass this evaluation, you get a funded account. With this funded account, if you follow their rules and get to the payout threshold, you actually get to keep a good portion of the money that you make. So prop firms, by giving access to capital to anyone who has as little as $50, have made it so anyone can enter trading without a lot of money. Now, when it comes to selecting prop firms, there are a ton of different prop firms with a ton of different type of accounts, but you want to look for accounts which have these rules. Let's break them down one by one. The consistency rule is the most amount of money you're allowed to make in one day. So if the total amount you have to make on an account is $3,000 and the consistency is 50%, the most you're allowed to make on that account in one day is $1,500. For trading days, we're looking for anything under 5. We want to keep trading days to a minimum because more trading days gives us more chance to blow the account, and we want to get to the payout as fast as possible. For price to payout ratio, we're looking for anything better than 7.5 to 1. A great example of this is this Top Step account right here. It costs $49 to buy and $150 for the activation, but the max payout on this account is $5,000. By keeping the price to payout ratio high, we give ourselves many chances at the evaluation and the funded before we become unprofitable. And the last rule you should really pay attention to is the target to drawdown ratio. If it's any higher than 2 to 1, it'll make it too hard to pass the evaluation and the funded account. Most accounts use 2 to 1, but some use less, and the ones you want to avoid are the ones who use more than 2 to 1. For example, this Lucid Flex account has a profit target of $3,000, but a maximum loss limit of $2,000. This is a good ratio, which won't make it too hard to pass the account. The parts of the account you don't want to worry about right now are the live account process and the max payout. The live account process is for traders who have gotten lots of payouts consistently over a long period of time. If you're just looking to build your system and get profitable, this is not what you need to be worried about. The same is true of the max payout. For our first couple payouts, we really just want to get to the payout even if it's not the max. Some accounts like Alpha Futures have max payouts of $15,000, but you don't need to get anywhere even close to that to become profitable. So as long as you stick to these rules, you'll be okay buying your first account. Now, when it comes to trading the evaluation, my strategy for the evaluation is simple. You have to pass it as fast as possible. Most people and even most trading influencers will disagree with this. They'll tell you to use small size, to take your time, and to risk manage your evals. The truth is that the evaluation is nothing more than a stepping stone to the funded account. In the evaluation, you make zero money. The only point of the evaluation is to get to funded so you can actually start making money. The way to do this is to use large size, use 1 to 2 plays maximum every single day, but make them high confidence plays that you are sure will hit. Most evals have a minimum number of days you have to trade in order to pass them. It's best if you stick to the minimum number of days. So for example, the Top Step account has a 50% consistency rule. This means that you have to trade at least 2 days in order to hit the consistency rule. With Top Step accounts, I never take more than 2 days to pass, even if it takes multiple tries, even if you blow some evals. This strategy works because the way prop firms are designed is to be cheap and accessible. The system works because I treat prop firm trading as a business, not as regular trading. If I have to blow 10 evaluations before I get a max payout on a Top Step account, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's going to cost me $500 and the max payout is $5,000. The way prop firms are set up makes it so that the risk to reward ratio of trading evaluations quickly makes it make sense. So you have to prioritize speed. Be willing to blow multiple evaluations before you get your funded, because when we trade our funded, we're actually going to take care of it and make money on it. Now, when it comes to the funded account, we're going to trade this a little bit differently. Instead of using large size on our plays, we're going to use a small to medium size on every single play, or we're going to stick to the 1 to 2 high confidence plays per day. If you're trading any more than really 3 setups daily, you're probably settling for less than A+ setups, and you're probably going to end up over trading or revenge trading. On the funded account, since this is where we're actually going to make money, we actually do want to prioritize risk management and account preservation. You don't want to spend a couple days passing the eval and then blow the funded on the first day. A big thing that'll help you with this is using a personal daily loss limit. This is a level of loss which if you hit, you'll stop trading for the day no matter what. You shut down your laptop, walk away, you're done. This will keep you from blowing your account in one day or even multiple days. Two things you want to avoid on the funded account are going for the max payout every single time and trying to have winning days every single day and not accepting a loss. On the funded account, it's almost inevitable that you'll have a losing day. What separates profitable traders from everyone else is their ability to stomach a losing day and move on. If you end up blowing the account every time you have a losing day, you will never sustainably make money. So you need to be able to stop trading if your first 1 to 2 plays lose. On the funded account, all we're going for is a small payout. You don't need $10,000, you don't even need 5. Anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 is a great payout, especially for your first time, because that one payout will set up the rest of the system, and using that we'll be able to make much more next time. The third and final step of this system is how we're actually going to grow it into something which makes us thousands of dollars a month. The strategy here is to reinvest your first payout into more accounts of the same kind. This means that if you use the Lucid Flex account to get your first payout, you want to use your first payout to just buy more of them. Because you were able to get a payout, you know you understand the rules, you know you understand how to get the payout. All you have to do now is just repeat the process. So you buy more of the same account, except this time we're going to copy trade the account, so every single trade we take is taken across every single account we have. The key with this part is to trade it the exact same way that you did to get your first payout. You do not want to increase or decrease your risk. If you end up increasing your risk, you'll probably blow the accounts and lose a lot of money. If you decrease risk, you lose the process that actually got you the payout in the first place. All we're doing here is taking the exact same principles that got to the first payout and applying them across multiple accounts. This is how you turn a $2,000 payout into a $10,000 payout next time. The key here is to understand you're playing with house money. The money you're now using to buy these evals came from the prop firm itself. You're not using your own money, you're using theirs. So in a way, all of these accounts are really risk-free. So you want to trade the evals the exact same way. Large size, high confidence plays, pass them as quickly as possible. Then on the funded account, risk manage, be willing to take losses, and claw your way into a payout. If you're able to successfully do this, you can then take it to a different prop firm and try a different account. Start with one account, work your way up, and build to multiple accounts over time. As long as you keep reinvesting your profits, you can go from your first $2,000 payout to making $10,000, $20,000, or even $50,000 a month trading prop firms. On any given day, I can trade 10 to 20 or even more accounts sometimes, but I'm only able to do this because I built up to this over the course of years. I didn't start out this way. I started with one evaluation, one funded account, and getting one payout. Once I was able to do that consistently, then I started copy trading and scaling up my plan. So as long as you follow all of these principles and stick to the rules you set out to, you will also one day be able to build up to a $30,000 a month day trading system.